Subscribe to Drama YT and press the bell icon to get the latest videos first of the all. Hey guys, how are you? It's your boy K2 and I am back with another video on C-dramas. In this video, I'm gonna be discussing my top 25 Chinese dramas of last year, which is 2020. Recently, I haven't been uploading for a while as I was too much into Chinese animes like the very popular ones, such as Soul Land, Battle Through the Heavens, Martial World, the founder of Diabolism, and etc. etc. So this is a talk of other video. As in this video, I'm gonna pick my top 25 best C-dramas of 2020 and give you my opinion of the story. If you don't want to watch this full video, then you can just find the drama's name in the description, so feel free to check it out. And if not, live and experience my last year's journey in C-drama world. I will be including all the wuxia, xinxia or even the youth dramas, so be patient and please don't mind if I miss any of your favorite C-drama or even rank your favorite C-dramas on the number on which you don't agree. So enough of the intro, let's get into it. At number 25, The Wolf. In the last years of the Tang dynasty, a military governor and warlord named Chu Koi is out in the countryside when he happens to come across a boy who has been raised by wolves. The warlord decides to take the boy in, adopt him, and name him Choyowen. Chu Koi then proceeds to launch an ultimately successful coup, usurping the Tang monarch and installing himself as the first emperor of Yang dynasty. The new emperor names Choyowen as a royal prince. At court, Choyowen forms a bond with a woman named Ma Jiaxing, the daughter of a government official. Despite his lofty status at court, Choyowen is motivated by a strong sense of justice that was instilled in him during his years of living in the wild. He and Ma Jiaxing begin to form a romantic bond, and with her support he plans to temper his adoptive father's unpopular and overly strict reforms, and battles to foil a series of dastardly plans hatched by his scheming foster brothers. At number 24, Symphony's Romance, a drama of our favorite Steven Zhang. A talented musician, Lee Zhenyan, had the world at his feet. With invitations to study abroad under some of the greatest musical masters of the modern world pouring in, Zhenyan should have no reservations about stepping out into a wider world. But the ghosts of his past refuse to let him go. Suffering from severe childhood trauma, Zhenyan is trapped in a world of demons from which there is no escape. At least not until he meets Fang Xiaowo. An extraordinarily gifted pianist, Xiaowo possesses more talent than even Zhenyan, but her odd behavior and weird personality don't exactly endear her to those around her. Despite her being such an oddity, Zhenyan can't help but be a little intrigued by Xiaowo, especially not when they share an unwavering passion for music. The two eventually begin to spend more time together, and Lee Zhenyan slowly starts to find the courage to continue pursuing his own dreams. With Xiaowo by his side, the wounds from Zhenyan's past begin to heal, allowing him to dream like he's never dreamed before. Finally free from the ghosts of his past, Zhenyan and Xiaowo step bravely into a bright future together. At number 23, First Romance. Many years ago, Yang Qi and Shang Yufan were schoolmates. But back in her younger days, she never discovered that she had a secret admirer in Yang Qi, who kept his crush a secret and loved her from afar. Now things are very different for both of them, and Yang Qi is at college, where he is one of the most popular and well-loved students on the campus. Dashing, sensitive, a hit among the female students, and unfallingly charming. He has also become a budding young pianist. However, deep down, he feels unfulfilled and lacking in purpose. When a bizarre set of circumstances leads his path to once again cross with Sang Yufan, it is her turn to smitten at first sight. Will love continue to evade them, or could Cupid finally untie this duo? For this, you have to watch this drama. At number 22, You Are My Destiny. On board a cruise ship bound for the Bahamas, two people from separate worlds have a chance encounter, transforming them into one another's destiny. The mousy and unassertive admin assistant Chin Jiaxin meets the handsome, educated and charming Wang Shi. Hired to a larger toilet's conglomerate, mistaken identities serve to complicate their impromptu one-night stand, which ensures further contact one back to the land. Family pressures arises from the pregnancy that has Jiaxin agreeing to contract marriage with a divorce clause. The child once born will remain with Shi, who will marry the woman he loves, dancer and the longtime girlfriend of his, Shiana. Meddling and miscommunication lead to a tragic event. A heartbroken Jiaxin runs away from her feelings and sees to Hungary, where her friend and art broker Dailin is headquartered. Over the following 3 years, she will establish herself as a potter thanks to the tutelage of a prominent mentor. Dailin is ever supportive and finds himself developing feelings for Jiaxin. Separation from Jiaxin finds she maturing into someone certain of desiring a family. Meanwhile, he must fend off the advances of the delusional Anna, who is plotting to get him back. Dylan remains steadfast in his quest to locate his long lost sister, with whom he was separated as a child. Fate and a business deal will reunite Jiaxin and Shii in Hungary. As their shared history and future possibilities converge, it is as if they had never been apart. At number 21, Legend of Fei. Zhao Fei is the granddaughter of a national hero who was forced to become a bandit to serve the greater good. For 20 years, her grandfather, then her mother, were charged with running a secret fort staffed by bandits. The fort's role is to protect the world against strange, otherworldly warriors intent on bringing their unique brand of chaos to the mortal realm. However, the fort has fallen in status in recent years, and Joffrey is sick of being confined to the place of her birth. She longs to escape and makes repeated efforts to get away, but her life changes forever when she almost drowns and is only saved by a free-spirited young martial art expert named Shoyun. The duo forms an unlikely friendship and decides to hone their fighting skills together. A timely decision, as malevolent forces are now plotting fresh trouble. The pair begins on an adventure, but as time goes by, they begin to unearth secrets, including that of Shoyun's true identity. At number 20, My Girl. As a child, Mengyo was involved in a terrible accident. Though she has borne the physical scars of that moment on her face all her life, it is the mental scars that have caused the greatest damage. Traumatized by the event, Mengyu develops a dissociative identity disorder which causes her to switch between two distinct personalities at random. Never knowing when her alternate personality might emerge, Mengyu has struggled all her life to find a balance between her two sides. Now grown, Mengyu works as a makeup artist who has started up her own creating a small line of homemade cosmetics. As fate would have it, she happens to cross paths with Seni, the CEO of a large cosmetic company, during one of her episodes and suddenly declares herself to be his girlfriend. Though shocked by this sudden outburst, Seni decides it's better to save face by playing along than make a scene in public. Seni is rewarded for his seemingly gallantry when he discovers, not long after, Mengyu has developed a liquid foundation that has the potential to revolutionize the cosmetic industry. Desperate to get his hands on her formula, Seni continues to play the part of the devoted boyfriend, a fact that shocks Mengyu once her alternate personality relinquishes control. Though at first only interested in Mengyu's formula, Seni soon finds himself falling for the girl fate seems to have been thrown into his life, and even more surprising, she seems to be falling for him. However, their relation is put to the ultimate test when Mengyu learns that Seni was the one responsible for the accident that changed their life all those years ago. Will their love become the salve that heals their deepest wounds, or will they find that some wounds really do leave permanent scars? Number 19, Professional Single. Single since birth, Yuan Xian and Xin Shen are two people who will probably end up being single for life because they want to. Set against the backdrop of an art school, the story follows students who overcome many difficulties to pursue their artistic ideals. Xin Shen is a student who dreams of becoming a sculptor. A freshman in their department, he is like a god-level existence in their school, cold, disciplined, and a perfectionist. However, girls mean nothing to him and he finds dating to be a complete waste of time. Yuan Xian has the appearance of the cute girl next door but has a headstrong personality. She is eloquent and determined such that no one can stop her once she sets her mind to something. However, she has a tendency to pick at other people's shortcomings so much that no guy can even impress her. At number 18, Find Yourself. A love story between an accomplished career woman and a younger man. He-Fengxing's company is at risk of being acquired while her relationship with Yuanshang faces societal pressures due to their age differences. The consecutive blows in her work and love life push her to an emotional quagmire, and it is during this time that Yellow Ming enters her life. Being older in age, he is mature, stable, and knowledgeable. He functions life coach and the source of conflict between the couple. For He Fangxing, it's not merely a matter of choosing the man that she loves, but considering the contradictions of adopting the traditional mindset on marriage. At number 17, dating in the kitchen. Working at the Zizing Hotel, Gu Xingnan was an underestimated comic inside the kitchen, but she was free to express herself through her food as she sharpened her skills as a chef. To make matters worse, an unfortunate misunderstanding lands her on the wrong side of her soon to be boss, the sharp tongued CEO, Lu Jin. As a business prodigy, Lu Jin isn't afraid to make the tough decisions. Ready to condemn the Zizing Hotel, Lu Jin changes his mind after a happy accident brings one of Xingnan's dishes his way. A hardcore foodie, Lu Jin is impressed with Xingnan's skill as a chef and readily recognizes her talent. Sharing a love of food, this unlikely pair begins to form an unexpected bond that leads them to place neither of them ever expected to be. Number 16, Handsome Siblings. The story of twin brothers who separated at birth but grew up to be supreme martial artists. Raised to take revenge on each other, they soon find themselves becoming good friends. Together they vow to take the martial arts world by storm and search for their true identities. Jian Xiaowu, better known as Xiao War, was raised by the 10 great villains in the Villains Valley. He was trained and brought up to think that he will be the top villain in the martial arts world. Over the years, he has learned many tricks and becomes a mischievous prankster, though with a good heart. Once he was ready to leave the Villains Valley, he meets Hua Wuxi, who he doesn't know is actually his twin brother. Hua Wuxi grew up in the Yehua Palace under the care of Princess Yaoyo. Princess Yaoyo had an one-sided love for his father, Jiang Feng, and wanted to take revenge on him. Thus she separated the twins at birth and raised them with the hopes they would be enemies and fight each other to death. Separately, Jiang Baihe, who was once the servant of Jia Feng, teams up with his son Jiang Youliang in a conspiracy that might ruin the entire martial arts world. Hua Wuqiu, Hua Wuxiu and Xiaoyuar teams up together to try and take him down. Number 15, The Love Equations. Probably one of my most favorite dramas. Adorable and bubbly, Zhao Xiao is a favorite among her peers. A university literature student with a penchant for detective novels, she spends her day lost in the pages of her favorite mysteries, always eager to find out what happens next. With such a devoted love of such stories, it comes as no surprise when she finds herself falling for one of the university's forensic science majors, a seriously dedicated student in the forensic science department, Zhao Fanzhou. Has little time for anyone or anything other than his studies. Cold and detached, he is the last person anyone would ever expect would fall in love with. Number 14, My Roommate is a Detective. Set in the mid-1920s, a resourceful young police officer named Shashu Sheng is on the trial of a brutal but devious killer. Realizing that the police force will need some extra help with this difficult case, he decides to form an elite crime-busting detective team. He reaches out to a young man who has recently returned from studying in Great Britain, Lu Yao. Xiao Sheng has learned that Lu Yao has remarkable powers of deduction and a brilliant mind, and he believes that he can help him track all the difficult cases. To round off the team, he enlists the help of Bio Ning, a focused young female reporter from a daily newspaper. A free-thinking, independent young woman, she has a strong sense of justice and pledges to help the killer. The trio form a small detective squad that specializes in solving mysterious cases and unsettling murder mysteries. At number 13, Maiden Homes. It is a 6th century CE and Sea Kingdom in what is now Eastern China. Is a land at war. The young teenage prince Xiaoyanzi, a prodigal young military talent, is sent to ward off a force of invaders. Although he makes a valiant effort, his army is ultimately ambushed and defeated in a decisive battle. An opportunist foe at the imperial court takes advantage of the situation, forcing Pei Yangzi to step down as the head of the army, and manages to get a young subservient candidate to take the throne. Pei Yangzi feels he was betrayed. He was to get to the bottom of the intrigue and goes undercover to investigate. Pretending to be a commoner to help him work undetected on his quest for the truth, he meets a remarkably smart and resourceful young female detective named Shushi. Together they form a close bond. They team up with other two quick-witted young sleuths and make a joint bid to discover the scale of the scheming that has undermined the imperial palace. At number 12, Intense Love. It tells the love story between a genius doctor and an actress who are two people who both refuse to have their marriage arranged by their parents yet realize that love is destined. Actress Susan Bay has a beauty that can defy the heavens. With her popularity on the rise, she is used to being the center of attention. However, the dark side of fame means that she is a magnet for controversy. She may be the best at flirting, but she does not get any further and has been single since birth. Joshi Yoon is a genius doctor with the looks, the money, and the smarts. He is a perfectionist who likes to be in control but doesn't care much for many things as he can be quite indifferent. Women flock around him in droves and he doesn't bat an eye. Instead of the usual overbearing CEO that falls for the woman, it is the actress who takes initiative in love. At number 11, My Unicorn Girl. Sangtian is an aspiring figure skater. On the day she turns 18, she vows to her family that she will be accepted to the same university that her mother once attended. To get in, she must pass a test which she, an exceptionally competent skater and student, expects to ace. However, things do not go according to the plan for Sangtian and she fails the exam. Undaunted, Sangtian decides not to give up and in desperation she dresses as a male ice hockey player and joins in a trial match for the college team. She signs and is selected as a part of the men's ice hockey program. Things get even more complicated for her when she realizes that Wang Bing, a young man she has crossed swords with in the past, is also a part of the team. Worse still, she finds she must share a dormitory with him and struggles to keep her true identity a secret. On the ice, Sangtian and Wang Bing prove to be the catalysts for their team's newfound success and the team finds itself in with shot at the championship. As the two students start to get to know each other, they develop a mutual respect for one another, but could that one day turn to love? At number 10, My Love Enlighten Me. A young 22-year-old hopeful and a kind-hearted pop star named Nuan Nuan is forced to reinvent herself after the girl group she is a member of disbands on the night of its debut. Overnight, her dreams come to a halt as she is hit with the harsh reality of her situation. While she struggles in her search for a post-pop career, her life gets intertwined with a man named Hanshi. Hanshi is a successful sound and light engineer who also happens to have an unimpassable memory and a cold personality. However, despite his amazing memory, Hanshi misremembers something very important which can later threaten to jeopardize his relationship with Nuan Nuan. Meanwhile, Nuan Nuan, who has always had a keen eye for fashion, begins to explore her love of clothes, hoping to secure a permanent spot at clothing store's headquarters. Although their relationship is often adversarial, Hanshi and Nuan Nuan also have a growing fondness for one another. Hanshi tries to help Nuan Nuan and she slowly starts to melt his icy heart. But can they withstand it when the past comes to the surface, or will it get in the way of their blooming love? At number 9, Crossfire. Despite living in different years, Lu Xiaobai and Xiaofang transcended space and time as they chance upon each other within the same game. From a position of mutual distrust to that of camaraderie, they form their own teams, map out their tactics to help each other grow. Captain Xiaofang sends a message via radio signal through Lu Xiaobai. In the year 2008, Xiaofeng is a downcast esports captain who is barely keeping his team together. It was a time when esport has yet to reach its peak. Xiaofeng's team is looked down on and ridiculed, yet they insist on fighting for their dreams. In the year 2019, Lu Xiaobai is a genius in battle when it comes to the gaming world. In reality, he is a young man in a wheelchair. He vowed to continue his brother's legacy to become a professional esports player, yet loses his chance to join a professional team because of an accident, and the drama continues on. Number 8, Perfect and Casual. This story revolves around the cold and icy male god Professor Zhang Xinyan and the calm and sunny Yuan Shu. After a fractious first meeting where Yunsu dressed down the especially finicky Xinyan, she was shocked to find out that he was her university lecturer. Through a series of coincidental encounters, the two agreed to engage in a contractual marriage. As the feelings between them grow, how will they keep their relationship from those around them? At number 7, Skate into Love. A short track speed skating girl crosses paths with the ice hockey god of their school. Despite starting off on the wrong foot, they start on a journey to chase after their dreams. During elementary school, the timid and cowardly Liu Bing had to endure his seatmate Tang Xiu's constant bullying. Even so, they share one thing in common: a dream on the ice. When they meet again at Linda University, Liu Bing has become the school's ice god while Tang Xiu's future remains hazy. Liu Bing pulls a few strings to turn Tang Xiu into his helper with the goal of getting payback for everything that she did. The more the time spent together, the more Liu Bing notices Tang Xiu's good quality. He realizes that his courage on the ice is inspired by Tang Xiu herself. In turn, he helps Tang Xiu rediscover her dream in speed skating. Problems arises when misunderstandings from the past catch up to them. Figure skating prodigy Yoyan enters the picture. Tang Xiu's first love, Bainsheng, also returns, all while school beauty Zhaoran continues to make trouble. As they face roadblocks from disapproving parents and fierce competitors, they land in the crossroad that will decide their sports career. As the two impassioned youths put on their skates, they glide into the unknown but exciting future ahead. At number 6, Love is Sweet. Zhang Zun is a girl who is allergic to tears and has double degree in economics and psychology. She is unrestrained and idealistic due to her family's superior background. After graduation, she worked in a philanthropy organization where she pursues her dreams. However, her father's sudden accident leaves her in a dilemma. Eventually, she decides to work in a top investment company to fulfill her father's death wish. In MH, Jiang Zun meets her childhood playmate Yun Shuai. However, the current Yun Shui is no longer her gentle protector, but her rival. In MH, where the culture of wolf instinct is rampant, someone is plotting against Jiang Zun while someone sees her as an eyesore. However, with her kind nature and attention to details, along with her high IQ and sense of judgment, Jiang Zun eventually attains success in both her career and love life. At number 5, Hikaru no Go. On a hunt for treasure and extra cash, 6th year primary school student Xi Guang discovered an old go board in his grandfather's house. Upon touching the go board, he was possessed by the spirit of a go master from the southern dynasty during the reign of Emperor Song, named Chuing, that resides within. Chuing dedicates his life to Go, and under his influence, Xi Guang gradually developed a passion for the game. Actually, Go is a Chinese type of chess, so if you are so much into sports drama, you will find this drama so amazing. So give it a try, guys. At number 4, Eternal Love of Dream. Queen of Xingqiu, Bai Fengzhu, is the only red nine-tailed fox in the world. One day, Fengzhu is attacked by a savage beast while seeking cultivation in the mountains and is saved by the first emperor of heaven, Donghua. Grateful and feeling indebted, Fengzhu accompanies Donghua to vanquish the demon lord. As the two spend time together, Fengzhu realizes her gratitude towards Donghua has slowly evolved into love. Unfortunately, Donghua has long forgotten what love is. Although the coldest hearts can melt with time, will countless lifetimes be sufficient to bring these two hearts together? Number 3, The Romance of Tiger and Rose. Finally managing to sell her TV series script, aspiring screenwriter Chen Xiaoxin soon falls under the scrutiny of the male lead who refuses to act in the role she has written. Vowing to make her script a success, she starts rewriting, but while taking a nap, she is suddenly transported into her own story, becoming third princess Chen Xianxian, an insignificant side character who is killed in the third episode by the male lead, Prince Han Shuo. Armed with the knowledge of her own script, Xiaoxin is determined to stay alive and find her way back home. So this drama is really interesting and intriguing, so give it a try, guys. At number 2, Love and Redemption. 1,000 years following a battle between the demons and the heavens, The souls of the stars of Mosha and the god of war are sent to the mortal realm to undergo tribulation. In the mortal realm, Chu Xuanzi, the daughter of the Shaoyang sect leader, is deprived of her six senses. During a tournament, she meets Yu Shifeng, a skilled disciple of Lise Palace, who was born on the same day as her. The two develop a friendship, but when Xuanzi is accidentally injured, Shifeng returns home and is forced to wear a mask that could potentially harm his life, while Xuanzi lives to cultivate and train herself in martial arts. 4 years later, their destinies are intertwined once again. Traveling together, they soon discover their past lives' memories and uncovering secrets and conspiracies involving themselves and the three realms: demon, heavenly, and mortal. The revelation greatly impacting Shifeng and Xuanji's relationship, and the balance of the three realms starts to shift. And the drama I have put on number 1, which is probably one of my most favorite C-dramas of all time. The drama is called Go Ahead. This story revolves around three troubled youths who find solace in their common experiences to become the best family they can be for each other. Growing up in dysfunctional households, three individuals who are unrelated by blood treat each other like family as they yearn for the love that they cannot find at home. Eldest brother Ling Xiao, second brother Hizikyu, and youngest sister Li Xianxian grow up together, experiencing life's joy and strife as they support each other's chosen paths. As Ling Xiao and Hizikyu graduate from high school, they return to their original families, and 9 years later, when the three are reunited, but the heartaches from their complicated family past become a shadow that constantly lingers. Can they finally fix their personal issues to become better versions of themselves? And for this, you have to watch this wonderful masterpiece. So that was it for this video, guys. I hope you have liked my recommendation of Chinese dramas of 2020 and you're gonna watch at least some of them. And if you have watched the video till here, I really appreciate it. Just give a thumbs up to the video, guys. It really motivates me to make this kind of videos. And do subscribe to Drama YT and click that bell notification button. And yet you haven't followed me on the Insta handle, which is right in front of you as well. It is called dramayt.k2. Follow me there as well. I will see you later. As always, your K2. Love, peace and hugs. It's really been a pleasure.